Rasengans is a very powerful technique, okay? If you don't know what it is, just watch Naruto, you'll figure it out. Anyways, I just want to talk about the Rasengan and why I think it's a very powerful, actually probably even more powerful than even a Chidori, if you really think about it. For starters, I literally just want to say the Rasengan is one of my favorite moves because it is not a completed jutsu. And the fact that it can withhold 4 tail beast bombs, that's literally like, even though like you probably are not that powerful, but if you can master something like this, you're holding a tail beast bomb in your hand. And if you don't know how powerful a tail beast bomb, I would recommend you guys just to go back and like, I don't know, look at like, I don't know, Naruto's tail beast bomb. Actually a very weak tail beast bomb compared to the 8 tails. Just to show you how powerful this massive beautiful power in your palm of your hand. Why do anime do this? It is so small, but it can just create something so good. And I want some of that power. Anyways, when it comes to the Rasengan, it is such an amazing ability. Pretty much you just have a ball in your hand and then it's like a glove that's like full on protection mode within your whole body. I'm not even kidding. If you just like do this, it can practically, you know, cut a jutsu if you're strong enough or something, which is pretty insane. Like I'm pretty sure I saw a scene where it was like Naruto and he uses a Rasengan and this person uses some sort of jutsu like an arrow and it's just cut through and it protected his entire body. Pretty insane if you really think. Again, this is the type of stuff where, you know, I don't know, anime cooks up, but like, you know, if this was in the real world, oh my lord, how much, dude, it is I'm just going to say this right now. The amount of people that's going to pay people who really knows Rasengan is going to be a lot. If there were social media people teaching people how to do Rasengans and different types of Rasengans, all of these people will be rich. Like generally, like donate them so they can come to your house personally to teach you. They would be hella rich. That's how powerful the Rasengan really is. And that's like just the base form of the Rasengan, okay? And not only that, let's also talk about, you know, the other types of Rasengan, you know, like the Vanishing Rasengan from Boruto. How about the Rasengan that Naruto made it? The Rasen Shuriken. Why does Naruto become so powerful? I swear to God, I get it's an anime. The more time goes on, the more powerful it gets. I get it. But Jesus Christ, this is a whole nother level of power. So if you don't know what this is, it's pretty much a pretty simple Rasengan, right? With Shuriken, this is not a normal Shuriken. This will literally attack your chakra points. If you don't know what a chakra your point is, reminder, it's pretty much what makes up power in Naruto. Think of it as like, you know, cells, right, or something like that. And like they kind of describe it as like there's like veins inside your body that is both blood cells and chakra, and it's separated, and so it attacks these veins and these cells to the point where if you use it strong enough or enough times, they can probably destroy your entire chakra point and you can end up being dead. You don't have to bleed out. No. All you gotta do is just destroy the actual source of life, which is chakra, and you would be complete. This is the type of stuff where you can one-shot people with. Like if this was real life scenario and people like living in Naruto, this is the type of stuff where you probably want to back out. This is also the type of stuff where you should probably put in 1 billion bounty berries or something, because if you have like some sort of crazy amount of chakra, you could spam stuff like this even though this person isn't even powerful. I'm just saying this right now. The Rasen Shuriken is one of the most craziest technique in hit. Just imagine that for a sec. It's a terrifying fact, terrifying theory, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it is a horrifying, it is something where you just look back at it and you're like, how in the world does this technique exist? Why is this, do you get what I'm saying? Also, how about Boruto's Rasengan, the Vanishing Rasengan? So do you remember how the regular old Rasengan, you know, it's just whatever, you know, if you can just like do this with it, you know, it could probably protect you. It could also go through, you know, it could go through certain jutsus if it's weak enough. Whatever. The Rasengan, you know what I'm saying? Well, the Vanishing Rasengan, it vanishes. And it does the same thing. Brother, dude, the first Rasengan was already powerful enough. Now you have a tiny version of a Rasengan that is a mega version of a tail beast bomb. We should nerf these Naruto characters immediately. Oh, like One Piece, it can beat Naruto or whatever. Well, if Luffy was made out of the same chakra point, even though he's made out of rubber, as long as you use that, Rasen Shuriken, which is apparently weaker than the Vanishing Rasengan, you should probably be fine. That's how powerful some of these characters really question the actual powers that they like. Because here's the thing: when it comes with Naruto, is like Naruto's really powerful in general, but at the end of the day, when you really look at the power, you're literally just wondering how the fuck are they still like losing some of these battles? How are they struggling some of these? I don't know. How are they struggling with some of these battles? I'm not even kidding, right? Like it is such a weird thing, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Whatever. Also, imagine putting fire type Rasengan. I think this is a pretty awesome, cool thing, right? Just putting in a fire type Rasengan, fire style, Raseng, whatever the hell, dude. That's overpowered as a dude. I am telling you, the Rasengan, the reason why it's incomplete is because it's always going to be forever incomplete, and that is because you can do an infinite possibility when it comes with this type of Rasengan. You want a magma Rasengan that has some sort of magma effect that literally shaped as a ball, and then maybe have shurikens to maybe like I don't know slice through chakra. So now he has like 3 times the damage. Do that and see what happens. That's already a powerful. You want water? Do you want? You know what I'm saying? It is a forever, like literally a forever, like I don't know. It's just a forever technique that will never be perfect, simply because this technique alone is literally adjustable within any moment. It's kind of like technology if you really think about it. There is no such thing as a perfect AI or a perfect technology, because you can always, develop something more, right? Yeah, this beast-like character is like straight up just insane if you really think about it. Like I think there's a reason why Naruto was called a monster. I mean, if you really think about it, let's be honest. Let's take this in the dark side for a second. You really think about it, dude. He practically learned the Tail Beast Bomb without learning the Tail Beast. That's actually pretty insane if you really think about it. I will say what I do love about the Rasengan is the fact that you can just adjust it. It's just really that simple. You don't like the fire technique? You can make earth. Oh no, someone is using water. Just use flames. Pretty much the same thing. You're just going to counter it easily. Oh, thank you. Or you could just probably go ahead, throw that Rasengan. It might just pick up on that water, and then maybe you could just reflect back or something. I don't know. Like literally, it's that simple. And another thing is also I can also see it as this like technique that can absorb like different type of like element techniques. Like for example, someone using fireball, just throw a Rasengan, and if it has the willpower, or you make it like have this like strong, I guess, aura or something that just goes back in, you know what I'm saying? It could probably absorb that fireball and then straight up just peace out, bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's a horrifying, terrifying, petrifying technique. It's all 3 types of technique. It is something that is it's just very scary technique if you really think about it. And another thing is, like when it comes to One Piece, right? At least One Piece really does a good job when it comes with like powers, because someone made out of rubber, now he actually like you could adjust certain things, maybe with like blood vessels and stuff like this. You can make something crazy and cool, right? But with the Rasengan, it literally just goes above and beyond. And I think it's just gonna complete. I can see why this technique can defeat gods. I mean, let's be honest here. If you were a god and you have a giant Rasengan facing towards you that can probably absorb any technique and just face out, just literally kill you or whatever, yeah, you're kind of cooked right there. All you need is one Rasengan to defeat you. That is something that we all need to look out for. Like, I am not even kidding. Anyways, I just want to yap about the Rasengan for a second, okay? I literally just made a video talking about dinosaurs, and I was like, the entire time I was literally silent. I was like, why in the world? You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm literally talking about Rasengans. And you know what? I do have an interesting theory. What if can one Rasengan kill one dinosaur? That is a very interesting theory, but I don't think so. I don't think it's crazy, but I don't think so. So y'all Chidori fans, if you're still thinking about Chidori and how Chidori can be amazing, just look at the Rasengan. please. It's a terrifying technique. I think everybody needs to know something about this, you know. I think everybody needs to, you know, have a book or something and just type in 1, 2, 3 and just like write stuff. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. And let's talk about more about the Rasengan in the comments, because if you have any other questions or any concerns about the Rasengan, and I have a lot of concerns about, let me know. And one of the biggest concerns I have about the Rasengan is it too powerful?